I'm just going to do a quick review, and it is Titan's Return Galvatron. Yes, I'm in the UK, yes, I've got this, and I got it from Forbidden Planet in Liverpool. Cost me $26.99, I believe. The receipt has disappeared. But yeah. And there's a lot of birds tweeting outside. It's Sunday morning. I probably won't be uploading this until, say, tonight, because I've got to go to work in a bit. Yay! But, yeah. This is, sort of G1 accurate. Whatever this was supposed to be. This figure has got lots of problems. But I still kinda like it. I am very much looking at Shapeways, and if anyone wants to donate the Shapeways bits to me, please do, because it would improve this 1,000-fold. But, because I can't get hold of him. But he's, but you know, he's the up on little treaded feet with the big leg bum hanging off the back. The big guns. He looks like the G1, which was always a stupid mode. I don't like. Oh well, instead of being like a handgun, now he's going to be like an artillery piece. Why? I was never a fan of this mold. Well, this mode, to be honest with you. And considering that's all G1 Galvatron had up his sleeve, and I wasn't a fan of G1 Galvatron because they killed off Megatron for him, which is just lame. And Dog from Next Door. I'm doing well in this video, aren't I? But yeah, so if you can't work out how this transforms, then come on, guys. It's really obvious. It's not a difficult transformation at all. Yeah, it's just one thing I will say is mine. For some reason, these legs, whatever you do, they always seem inboard, or they never seem flat. Because if I take them out one click more, now it's not flat that way. I can't get it flat. It's always off the ground. There's no way of getting those flat. Of all the problems I've heard people having with this figure, that is mine. And again, he's purple, but this is making him come across as blue. He is purple. Yeah. Oh dear me. Right. Transformation. Let's just do this quickly. Yeah. Open these slightly. Just slightly. You don't have to, but I'm doing it because I can. And pull that off. It just pegs into there. That was a door slamming. Hooray! And you get this piece here, which isn't silvery. Oh, dear me. You get this piece here, and hinge it up, and it actually clicks into place. And you bring this around. And this is like, was it still a fusion cannon? It's his shoulder. Yeah, sorry, his arm gun. We need that. We're going to go into the third mode, and then we'll go into robot mode. Now you bring this whole bottom section up to there. Close these back up again. Fold this over, and it sort of grips and slots into this sort of stuff, into these like grooves and things. But it doesn't really like doing it. It's a little bit fiddly. Is that it? I feel you have to press it down and then slide it back, and just hope for the best, basically. So that's done. These pieces here, they actually rotate inside here on a pin, or a hinge of some variety. So just rotate that up into place, fold the track up, and then just bring them to about there. So now he's basically got his arm folded up onto it, basically got like his fist up by his shoulder. I just did that motion behind the camera, which you can't see, so I'm so smart. So bring that up, fold the track back, rotate this down. So make sure they're up against the body. Just yeah. Okay, and now the exciting bit. We split this, fold at that purpley hinge there, fold there, bring them round, and there's a slot there, sorry, there, which goes onto a tab here. You just line it up and press together. It doesn't tab very well, but if you wriggle, like try and squeeze the legs back a bit, it grips onto it. So bend at that hinge, fold it over, gets grip over, and sort of pinch it together. There you go. And then this pegs into there, which can be a bit fiddly to line up because it doesn't always want to do it. But there you go. And that is the third jet mode. I wish it had some sort of wings, just something. You know, like if these treads did anything, and they like just folded out into a pair of wings just for this mode, but they don't. They're just lumps. But considering I think the cannon mode's a bit pointless, it's actually nice that he's got a mode where he can travel. It's not great, but he's got one. So there's that. And I think in this mode it's about time we address the issue of the Titan Master, which I'll say now before I get him out, I'm going to say the word ruined, but basically he was just plain grey. Just plain grey. And his styles look like G1 Megatron, so I thought, right, well I've got a pack of multicoloured Sharpies. I'll just add a couple of hints to make him look like G1 Megatron instead of just being this grey lump. And then I went a bit silly with it, so I've kind of ruined him. I'll be honest, I have. So we pull him out of the little cockpit, close it back up, and there he is. I've added some grey to his underpants. I did add some to his shins, but it's worn off. I've added the little red slots in Megatron's upper arms, like his elbow sort of grooves. And I used some black ink basically to highlight the shape of the head, otherwise the head just blurs into the square of the Titan Master neck joint, and you can't tell it's Megatron's head unless you're like really up close and staring at it. And then for how else I've ruined it, I went around it with a purple Sharpie. Because all of this, apart from the eyes, was just grey. And it stood out so much. It was unreal. I know this is awful. I might have to add the ones back on the shins, but I know this is awful, but it was so bad. I'm not being funny, it really was. It's making me think, again, shapeways, I could do with the helmet to just drop on top instead of the funny face mask, which I'll show you in a bit. So the two things I may have to try and source if people aren't being generous, which they're not going to be. That's just, the helmet and the fusion cannon connector, and I'll speak about that in the robot mode in a minute. But yeah, so I've kind of ruined him, but you know what, I don't feel that bad about it. Just understand for yourselves, it will just be plain grey. There'll be no colour on it at all. Apart from the eyes. That's it. So we'll fold him up and turn him into a head. Yay, head. Whoopee. Robot mode then. Pop the gun out, which has actually gone in and out really easy because it's on camera just to show me off. Right. Untab the knees, bring the legs down, and this big purple hinge actually hinges here as well, so you can hinge it out. This does not like going flat, and I have actually, there was a lump there, and I've actually snipped it off. Because there's a lump there and a lump there, and they kind of fight with each other. I've actually cut that off, because trying to get these to close up and seal like it was in the Canon mode, it just didn't want to do it at all. So I've done that. You can't really see it, but still, hinge it on that hinge and click it into place. Rotate to the front, and oh look, it's got Scourge. It's got Scourge flaps that don't do anything. It's not even got guns in. Fold the foot out. Close that up. Untab, bring it down, fold it, double hinge, straight out, fold the foot up, fold the flap in. It's really simple. Bring these little skirty bits down. Bring the camera up. Stay. There we go. Right. Untab this bit from where it sort of grooves in. Double hinge it all the way over and tab it in. Bring these out. Just bring them straight out to there. Fold this bit halfway. Don't quite put it onto the back yet. I have to bring these arms out at least one side. Yeah, that should do it. And then just fold that up. At this point you rotate the waist around. And it should just sort of tell you when it wants to stop. Fold that up on the back. Fold that down to cover it. And now you just sort the arms out. So untab them. They tab in there. Not amazingly well, but they do. Flip out the hands. Bring it down. Down. Flip out the hand. Bring it down. And there's the body. Stay there. And then you get the head, which does not want to go in. Most of the time. Come on. It'll go in so far, and then it doesn't want to get the last bit to go flush, and then you got to wrestle with it. Ah, there you go. Got it. You kind of got to bring it, tilt it as far forward as you can. It kind of slides back in. So he's there. And bear in mind, this is supposed to be purely grey. That doesn't look very Galvatron-y, does it? No. But you open this slot, and this entire section in the body, the only thing it's for is for that. Which I would have thought you just press or something, but it doesn't work like that. So you got to sort of wriggle it slightly, and it folds up. And that's Galvatron. Look at his face. Look at how good that is. Can you actually see the face? There you go. Now imagine this on the front of just a plain grey lump. It looks so bad. And you can't... It sort of wriggles. That's about as far as it'll turn. And that's about as far as it'll turn. It barely does anything. I know if you can hack up a lot of that and fix it, but really, why would you? But yeah, he looks, apart from necessarily the face, but he looks really G1 accurate. He does look really good. I can't complain, he does. But that's a joke. I mean, the shapeways bit, you just leave that in there, and they've got a little helmet that drops on over the top. That would do. And the cannon just plugs into, like that hole there, just plugs straight into the front of the arm. So now he can't bend his arm, because there's a gun there. And he can't bring his arm... Oh, hang on. Ooh, he can. Hang on. Let me just think about this again. He can. You know what? I'm a liar, he can. I thought that would catch on the shoulder pad, so I keep moving the shoulder pad. But no, he can actually bring the cannon up. Oh yeah, sorry, I should leave the plate up as well, shouldn't I? Just for full effect. Yeah. But he still can't move his arm. Whereas the shapeways, they've got a piece that plugs in there, and it just goes onto the side of the arm. It's a really simple little bit. It's nothing major, but, it's a couple of quid at least. And yeah, so I may have to try and get hold of that or invest, or if someone's got one or would like to send me one, please do, because, I'd have to go through family members and then they'll moan and be like, oh, what do you want that for? You don't need that. Because that's how my family sound. And yeah, I mean, yeah. Megs. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. Because this is a really good figure. Even the head is fantastic. I don't mind him being a headmaster, sorry, Titan Master. Because of that. I mean, they've got the silly little things that you can pop up either side of the head, but don't worry about it. You don't need to. And his gun's hollow, which is a shame. Whereas his gun isn't hollow. Well, actually, no. That looks like you could make it into a seat, but I've never used it because you don't have to. There's no mode where you need to. Even in the turret mode, the cannon mode, when this is right under the belly of the gun, that's just hanging off underneath. So if you sat someone in there, he'd just be sitting underneath. So there's no reason to ever use that. But he's just let down by really silly things. Like this stupid flappy mask. They could have had an actual helmet in there that just folded and clipped on top. Like Soundwave or something like that. They could have had it. And this cannon, I mean, I know that's how he kind of looked in the cartoon, but for practicality, you can't use it. Just having that little bit to put it there will make it so much better. I suppose I could just put it in his hand. Let go in his hand, it should do. Yeah. There you go, you can just hold it as a really, really big pistol. Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? So basically, I actually like him. I do. I honestly do. If I didn't like him, I'd just say he's rubbish and ignore him and that'd be it. But I do actually quite like him. And because I quite like him, I want to get the bits to improve him so I don't feel bad for him. So that's my thoughts on him. And just for more humour value than everything else. Come here, you. I believe this is called Nucleon or something rubbish like that. Who cares? Look at the little fella. Look at the little Megatron. Ah, diddums. Stand. There you go. I don't know what to tell you people. I really don't. I'm sorry. Slides out and falling over. Kind of. Oh well. He's not terrible. He's not. But I just want to fix those little bits. So. I should be ugly. I should be wretched now. I shall see you all possibly later when I upload this after my 11 hours in work. It's going to be a long week. See you next time. Laters.